How's it going, guys? It's Burgers here and welcome to another Rise of Kingdom video. Today I'm going to talk about the flex, the beginner flex, and how this quietly is destroying your account, and base it on the community responses I saw and even some suggestion what I should actually do. Just make this mistake bigger from what I was actually expecting. Now, one of the things in Rise of Kingdom is how proudly players destroy their own progression. They see troop count growing up, they see power going up, hospital fills up, and think everything is going perfectly. And this is one of the things that I get suggested is like, yo, Burgers, why you don't have a full legion? Or, yo, Burgers, why your power is like this after like 4 days, 3 or 4 days playing a Rise of Kingdom? And I'm going to give the answer in this video. I'm going to answer why my power is like this, what is the future plans that I have in my head, and why I keep this power like this. Because you know, if you watch my previous videos, you know I'm spender. I have speed ups, and look at this thing. This is not. This is a lot of speed ups. It's not crazy amount of speed ups, but I definitely have some speed ups. On top of that, I have also resources. Have some gems. Have this. Have these things. I mean, it's not like I cannot push power right now. And this is the trap people were getting. They're thinking your day 4 or day 3, you should be 500k power. And this is a huge trap. Don't, just if you have to listen to some guide, it's going to be this one. And I'm going to explain everything for you. Now, the dangerous part is that the account actually looks stronger. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see your account is getting stronger. For example, right now I'm like 277. There was one dude here that was bigger power from me. I think it was something like level 13. But yeah, you're going to see people that are having a lot of power trying to make some rallies. How this guy's level 11 and having like 81k power? Like level 12 and etc. The point I'm trying to make, yeah, this power can help you go in the lands, but right now I'm going to show you how you can inflate your power, something that I didn't actually do at this point because I don't want to inflate my power. But if I want to join in some alliance, I'm going to do exactly this. I'm just going to go, I'm going to pick a hero. As you can see, I'm spender. I have Miyamoto, I have Chow Chow. I'm going to go, for example, Sun Tzu, put all the talents, even though that at this point I'm not using this hero. I'm using Miyamoto with Chow Chow. Getting Constance. Constance is a gathering hero, so I have a talents on her. Getting, for example, Walker, put all the talents. Getting Joan of Arc, putting all the talents. In the same time, making all of these heroes like level 20. Every level is boosting the power of this hero. As you can see, commander power is getting increased by 100. It's actually 200. Is it 200? 150, okay? But if you do it like 10 times, it's 1.5k extra power. You do that for all of your heroes and you're going to get inflated power. From there, going over each of the talents, you pick one talent. For now, I'm actually using her as a gathering hero. You upgrade this one. This one that I should go for. Yeah, upgrading this one, extra 300 power. Upgrading this one, extra 300 power. So I think you start getting the idea what I can do to inflate my power and boosting my power. But why? Let's go over the main question, or maybe we're going to go in this video about the main question. Now, why this mistakes feels correct when you basically spend everything you're having? More troops feels productive. You know, bigger power number creates emotional comfort. I mean, you know that not many people are going to attack you, especially if you have like 1 million. Everybody around is like, I don't know, 300, 400k. you have this comfort, emotional comfort, that you're the boss here. You're the one who is setting the rules, especially if you join in the top alliance. The game rewards a visible growth immediately. Some players assume troop spam equals progress. What fascinates me later, realizing strong accounts often look weaker initially. I'm going to repeat this thing. What realize, and it's not actually that I realized that much. I mean, I have experienced years and years in kingdom building games, but the strong account often look weaker, and this is initially something what I'm doing with my account right now. Now, the false signal that baits the beginner. Visible power is one of the most misleading metrics in the early game. In the late game, it's a correct metric, okay? But at the beginning, it's misleading metric. And I already show you how you can inflate your power and getting crazy amount of power. Also, you can go level up those farm. How much is costing? I mean, it's here the power is like extra. The power is not that much, but you're not going to need farms, but you can still level up farms and get more power. This one is not that inflated, to be fair. Maybe it's not a good example, but let's keep it up with the video. Now, the visible power is one of the most misleading metrics in the early game. Players see troops count and think future stretch, but the system actually rewards acceleration, not raw troop volume. This is why some WoW power accounts suddenly explode, passing everyone later. What I mean by that is, let's check here out one troop, okay? Now, this is a level 1 warrior. Now, what's the level 1 warrior? It's having 62 attack, 120 defense, and 120 health. What the tier 2 troop is going to offer you? Double the attack. This is tier 2, is doubling the attack. Now, what the tier 3 is going to offer you? Okay, let's get back to the tier 3. Tier 3 is going to offer you 50% increase. This is on base stats. What this means is all the percentage you're having as a boosters is applying to your base stats. So if you have 100 attack, 10% is going to be 10. If you have 200 attack, 10% is going to be 20. This is double. So it's very important your base stats at the end of the day. And this is the level 3 infantry. I didn't show the spells, by the way. Here you have these 3 spells. I think it's a little different from the tier 3. Here you have this type of spells. But my point that I'm trying to say is, better have less troops, but quality one, from this to have tons of troops, and each progression or each new tier, you have to upgrade those warriors. It's so annoying. The promotional part. On top of that, this is weak troops, and it can give you false confidence, and you can go and strike somebody who is having like tier 3 and you're with tier 1. I mean, it's it's a false signal at the end of the day. Now let's talk about what kind is this WoW power accounts that suddenly explode. And here is the thing. Right now, I'm doing everything I can. Before I go to sleep, if I see like 20 minutes that is left, I just finish this one. I start something that is like couple hours and I go to sleep. But this is only when I go to sleep. When I'm awake and I'm able to play, because not always I have the time to play, to be fair, what I'm doing is I'm just watching and building for example, the buildings. If I see there is like 3 minutes left, I finish it and I start something else. But this is like, if I see between 3 minutes and maybe 10 minutes some building that is going to be done, and I finish this building, because I know in the next maybe 31 hour, 2 hours, most likely I'm not going to open the game. So I want to cover this time. In same time, I'm not spending my speed ups, except it's just these small finishing moves that I'm doing. Like this, I'm having a lot of speed ups. Why those speed ups are important? For event where I have to compete with other players for very nice rewards. Now, one of the events I actually avoid here was this one. Glory of Battle. I have a separate video where I explain why exactly I don't want to go for this event, but if I decide to compete with my speed ups in this event, I can get tons of rewards. And the only thing I'm going to do is just delay my fast progress and wait for the time where this fast progress is going to get rewarded. This is what I plan to do with my account. This is what I believe people, this is what bite the beginners. They just throw everything they're having. They see the power and they're like, I'm very strong. Now, why early troop spam quietly hurts you? Early troop training competes against the thing that actually scale your account. Building speed, research speed, alliance acceleration. The strange part is that those upgrades feel boring initially, but they multiply everything later. Now what we're talking about here is, for example, this is my academy. Here is the thing. You see that? Research speed bonus 4.5% is going to be plus 10%. Is that plus 10%? Wait, what? It's actually plus, should be one, like 0. Oh my god. Each level of this building is giving me research speed bonus, as you can basically see here. It can go up to 25% research speed. So it's one thing when you use your speed ups having 25% research speed is completely different if you waste your speed ups and having only 5% research speed up. And this is not the only thing. In the academy, just going to give academy as an example, you're going to have some other things. This is for example, rethink, research speed. Here you can get extra 10%. So my point here is, this is just for the research. I think we should have the same for the training. Again, I'm very new here, so but I'm expecting we somewhere have a training speed, combat tactic. It may not have training speed. I don't know, to be fair. But oh, this is actually your training speed 20%. Okay, military discipline. Maybe we have military discipline level 2 somewhere. Somewhere medic, no, I don't see. But anyway, my point is those buildings and those researches, maybe it's actually on the here, those buildings and those researches is just going to help you by a lot to scaling up later when you want to use your speed ups. It's just going to support you by a lot. It's boring at the beginning, but again, it's way more different if you spend X amount of speed ups having 5% research speed on the researches, for example, because boosting the power is actually capturing researches. It's capturing also buildings and also troops. So everything you save is just going to be it's just going to help you buy a lot. And it's not only this one. Here we have also this one that is level 1. We can kill those little guys here, get extra research speed or building speed 2%, which can, you know, help us even more. Every percentage matter. Every percentage is going to reduce your speed up amount that is needed. That's why I strongly suggest don't rush. Don't rush and wait for some good event where you can get decent amount of rewards. You may win something that is extremely valuable, because to be fair, city skins are valuable, okay? Even though that I don't want to go for this one because I don't want to spend everything I have. But this one is a good city skin. You can go, you know, there is legendary city skins and etc. Imagine when the event for a legendary city skin arrive. I don't know where this thing is going to happen. But imagine if this event happen and you save, and this event happen and your strike and you get the legendary city skin, just because he was clever and not rushing just to do a power. Again, if you want to join in alliance, you can do some inflated power at the end of the day. I show you how. But if you want to be competitive, if you want to get value from your speed ups in form of rewards, you have to be careful how you spend your speed ups at the end of the day. So I'm not going to make this video even longer. I think this is one of the biggest beginner flexes that is just destroying your account at the end of the day. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit one like. Let me know in the comments what you think, guys, over this topic. If you want to again support the video, hit one like. If you want to support the channel, become a member. You're going to get early access to my videos. I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.